Hey there, Sart here. Hope you guys had a happy holidays, happy new year, everybody. I've finally had a time to sort of sit down, work out my team, and have a go at a rank 1 clear of this boss. It's been, I'm not gonna lie, this boss is a pain in the ass. I thought Gumi learned their lesson from Aldiba and the Chaotic Wave madness. Nobody really liked Aldiba as a boss. And I don't think anyone is going to come back and say, man, I really love the Gingerbuff, man. I wish Gumi would do more bosses like those. Because it is just, the RNG is absolutely stupid. And unless you have like the exact perfect units, you know, to mitigate all the damage completely, then this boss is just an absolute disaster. And so, and it's a shame because there are a lot of really neat elements about this boss. There are a lot of things that it does right, but the RNG is absolutely stupid. And yeah, it makes this boss very unfun. So obviously I haven't done a rank 1 clear yet. I'm hoping this will be the one, and hopefully you guys can you know, do it with me here. And I'm just going to get straight to it because, as you guys all probably are very well aware, anything can go wrong. This boss can decide to just hit you with, you know, 5, 6, 7, 8 minty beams and just totally ruin your day. So here's my team. This is what we're working with. I will talk about the gear and everything at the end if this is successful. Alright, there's our little morale gen to get everything started. Luckily, this boss doesn't do a lot of morale gen against the party, so you don't have to worry about that so much. Alright, it's important that Roberta starts. She'll do Rousing Roar, Siphon Snap to dispel the boss, because it does have an attack and mag buff. Draconic Triune to do some LB fill for Esther. Sakura will do Elemental Power of Lightning to Olive, 2 Sage's Fortification for some LB fill for Esther, and True Thunderstone for the Lightning Imbue. Alright, Sylvie can do Paladin's Defense for the attack and mag breaks, Elemental Vines for magic mitigation, and Burgeoning Defense for the general mitigation. Esther can now shift. Alright, she will do Electromagnetic Shield for the Omni Cover, Boundless Stasis for the mitigations, and Discharge and Recharge to get rid of her breaks. That also will allow Sylvie to do an extra heal, so that Esther is as close as possible to full health next turn. Ayaka just does her LB to set up the Rod Imperil and the mod boost to her abilities, and Olive is just going to do her little morale buff skills. Just don't do Fiery Splash. You don't want to break the boss's defense, as I'm sure you all well know. Alright, so as you can see, generating morale is not a problem in this fight. It's the only thing that's kind of really nice about this boss is it's one less thing to worry about. But man, the RNG is a pain. There you can see we've already got 2 minty beams right off the bat. The first turn, Esther can take, I think, up to 5 minty beams. Well, there's a third. That's fantastic. Alright, that wasn't too bad. Esther should be able to heal herself back up to full. She's wearing a Blizzard Orb so that she counters a lot. That is imperative. Without the counters, you would basically just go insane. So she needs to have the Blizzard Orb in order to do those counters. Alright, so she's not quite back to full, but Sylvie will do her regen ability on this turn to make sure that that gets topped up. So we'll do Elemental Vines, Petals, and Paladin's Resolve for the regen. Esther's going to cover on this turn. Alright, she's going to guard because the boss is going to do an attack and mag buff at the start of the turn. That's really fantastic. Rousing Roar, Defender's Dominion Stone, and Mega Breath to unlock her quad cast. Alright, Olive will again just do some buffing skills, Dual Summer Shot, and then make sure you end with Giant Melon ammo. Ayaka can do her cooldown skills and the Emboldening Song, because we do our burst on turn 6. And then Sakura is going to do the Imperil Field. She she is fully crowned, so that's a 50% lightning imperil field, and that is required if you want to hit the damage cap with this team. All right, moment of truth. How many Minty Beams are you gonna hit me with? So the nice thing about Esther and her mitigations, the mitigations are only physical, so it makes the gumdrop kicks, that really reduces the damage on the gumdrop kicks, but the Minty Beams are still a huge pain in the ass. Wow, that was a very tame turn. That's excellent. All right, so far so good. Let's hope it keeps up. All right, so this turn will be, we'll do a little bit of burst damage. We're not going to hit the first threshold on this one, but you want to do a reasonable chunk of damage on this turn. All right, Esther's going to do True Stormbrand for the Lightning Imperil. We'll do another Discharge and Recharge and Boundless Stasis to re-up her mitigations. Sylvie is going to shift. All right, first thing she's going to do is get rid of the attack and mag buffs. All right, and then Poach Demon on Olive, Cracked Stone on Olive for the killers. Okay, so she and Esther can go ahead and go. Roberta's going to do her Limit Burst for the 300% LB buff. That's for Olive, and that will last this turn and the burst turn on turn 6. Sakura is wearing Ayaka's Vision card, so she can do the quad Bolting Strike chain. All right, Ayaka will do quad Carol of the Frosty Snow, and Olive does her SLB. Now, this should get us somewhere between 80 and 85%, and then we'll do the rest of the damage on turn 4 to push that first threshold. So you notice I tapped Olive first. I basically did them all at the same time, but I made sure to tap Olive first just so that everyone takes advantage of that 90% Spirit Break. All right, and so yeah, we usually do about somewhere between 900 million and like 1.1 billion, and so yeah, that's pretty reasonable there. So hopefully he doesn't go spam happy on the Minty Beam. So far so good. 2 Minty Beams is fine. I think she can take up to 4 on this turn and be okay. There we go. All right, looking good. There's all the counters. All right, so we're gonna push the threshold on this turn for sure, no problem. All right, Esther is gonna shift and get her Limit Burst ready. We're not gonna use it yet. Sakura is gonna get ready with another Imperil field because obviously Esther's LB field overwrites, so we'll have to replace it. Sylvie is going to start the lightning ramp so that it's ready for the burst on turn 6, and then we'll do a Clever Paladin Strike for a Sword Imperil, Cheerful Paladin Strike for some morale fill. The Sword Imperil is for Roberta because Roberta is wielding the Dark Vision Sword for a high mag 2-handed weapon. She actually does very respectable damage in this fight. I'm very impressed with Roberta in this fight actually. All right, and then Olive is going to do a dual Summer Shot to make sure we hit that, that threshold. All right, so, oh, and before I forget, we'll also do the attack and mag buff. Okay, so we'll start Olive and then send Roberta and Ayaka. The Roberta and Ayaka it's not a perfect chain at first. It'll break like maybe once or twice at the beginning, and then it ramps up pretty quickly after that. All right. And there you go. You see, Olive definitely pushes that threshold, no problem. Now Esther can do her LB to set up the LB field. This is again for Olive. Olive is definitely carrying this fight. She is the primary DPS. Ayaka and Roberta are just secondary DPS units on this fight. If you brought someone like Fryevia in place of Sakura, you'd probably have an easier time because then you could focus on ice and Ayaka would do a lot more damage that way. So that's an option. If you don't have a crowned Sakura, you can bring a Fryevia in place of her and just go Ice Element all the way. All right, so now we are going to do Brave Shift LB there. All right, Esther's going to come back. Since she did her Limit Burst, she now can do her Omni Cover again. We're going to save Storm Guardian for after our big burst next turn, because we want to make sure that we finish the fight if we hit the damage cap. All right, Quantum Storm on herself so she can chain with Olive, and then we'll do a Shatter Bolt. All right, we will do, let's see, what is, I'm trying to remember. Oh yeah, is that right? Let's do Mega Breath, Mystic Breath. She will do her LB to remove the attack and mag buffs. Ayaka does her LB as well to get ready for the burst next turn. Olive will do a little mini burst. We just need to do at least 5% HP on this one just to make sure it stays in this this second phase. And then end on Fire Cannon Fire. So this is a dangerous turn for Esther as well because she only has 75% general mitigation. So if he decides to do a bunch of Minty Beams on this turn, we are basically screwed. So I'm going to use the Barrier Morale skill, all right, to make sure just a little bit of extra HP. All right. And so here we go. Let's do Roberta and Olive, and we usually do like 8 or 9% HP on this guy, so it should be good. Go. Yeah, perfect. All right, Moment of Truth. Let's see how many Minty Beams he decides to do. Yeah, more Gumdrop Kicks and Peppermint Needles. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, Gumdrop. Oh no, no Minty Beams. Leave the Minty Beams at home. Whew! All right, we are looking good. All right, now the other RNG factor. The damage cap. All right. So, Sylvie is going to go ahead and set up the killers. Poach Demon on Olive, Crackstone on Olive. All right, and then we'll do a Paladin's Defense to make sure the attack and mag breaks are good for the remainder of the fight. Esther will do Chain Lightning to chain with Olive. All right, Roberta will do Quad Mystic Breath. Sakura does the special skill. Ayaka does her Magnus. Okay, and we should be hopefully we're going to hit that damage cap here. We're going to find out, aren't we? Okay, let's do it. That's not going down nearly fast enough. I don't think we're going to hit it. Nope, we did not hit the damage cap. Shit. Ah, so close. You're killing me. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and just finish out this fight. All right, so at this point, we are going to, let's see. It's funny, I haven't actually made it this far enough times to remember exactly what to do. Okay, so Sylvie is going to come back. All right, we're going to do all of our mitigations. Okay. Make sure we are all healed up and ready to go. Roberta is going to do her Brave Shifted LB because this does Perfect Dispel, and it also removes all the imperils from Esther. Sakura and Ayaka are just going to do, we're going to try and do a good amount of damage on this turn. All right, Olive does not have any kind of imbue right now, so what she needs to do is Shining Melons, since the boss is weak to light. Gunner Guardian. We'll do Brilliant Splash, Giant Melon Ammo, and Dual Summer Shot. Okay, Esther is going to, let me just double check. Yep. So on this turn, we're going to do Storm Guardian, Boundless Stasis, and Discharge and Recharge. Yep. Pretty sure that's what we want to do. Pretty sure. Hope so. Actually, wait a minute. No, because we need to make sure. All right, I wanted to make sure we're going to do Storm Guardian for the 90% General Mitt, Boundless Stasis, and then we're going to do Energizing Bunny, because the one thing I want to make sure, and I'm pretty sure she'll have it no matter what. Yeah, never mind. You know what? Never mind. Let's go ahead and do Discharge and Recharge, because she's definitely going to have, her LB ready to go, I'm pretty sure. I think? Is that right? I keep going back and forth. All right, we're going to do Storm Guardian, Boundless Stasis, and Energizing Bunny. I don't want to take any chances. All right, so we should be good to go on that. Yep, pretty sure we can go ahead and send them. We'll do... Go ahead and restore Esther's health a little bit more. And we'll go ahead and do... let me check Esther's... What's her ice? And yeah, let's go ahead and do those buffs while we're at it. Okay. All right, so let's see how much we do here. I'm hoping we do like 10% or something like that. All right, that's pretty good. All right, so we've got that nice 90% mitigation. All right, so we should be able to take a fair number of hits on this one. Okay. All right, now Esther can do her LB to re-up her Omni cover. All right, and that'll also increase the cover damage reduction as well. All right, Sylvie is going to come back. We're gonna start a new lightning ramp. And this will get rid of that light imbue that, that Olive did last turn. All right, so we'll do that. We will do... we'll go ahead and do the Poached Demon on Olive, Cracked Stone on Olive. Okay. Pretty sure it doesn't have an attack mag buff. Yeah, no. So we don't have to worry about getting rid of that. Roberta will come back, do Mega Breath, followed by Quad Mystic. Okay. And then Ayaka will do, let's see, let me make sure I'm doing this right. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Ayaka will just do a couple of her, do Good Tidings, Carol of Frosty Snow, then Spirit of the Season. Okay, and then do Thunderstone, Status Reset, and Burst for the Imperil. Okay. And I believe that should be, we should have one more turn on Sylvie's big defense and spirit buff, so I think I'm going to save that for next turn. Okay. I think we should be good. And then Olive, all right, she's going to do her Brilliant Mammals, Giant Melon, Dual Summer Shot, and end on Fire Cannon Fire, as we usually do. All right. So yep, these guys can go. All right. And we'll start Olive, and then start the rest of them. and that should put us in pretty good position. We may not kill it next turn, but we should get pretty close. All right, so you see that 90% general mitigation definitely helps, even with all those minty beams. You know, she's doing just fine, and she'll hopefully, hopefully she'll recover a lot of that. All right. So, we are going to guard Esther because we don't want anything to happen to our best girl, and she's back to only having 75% general mitigation. And so that guarding will definitely make sure she's doing fine. The boss still has not done an attack and mag buff, thankfully, so we should be good on that one. All right. What we are going to do here is we are going to do, I've got your back on Olive, all right, because we just want to make sure she has a full LB damage buff for this turn, okay? Because, yeah, I mean, you just want to make sure that she is doing as much damage as possible, because there's a potential that if she rolled high, you could actually kill on this turn and not have to worry about dealing with any more damage on this turn. All right, and then we'll just do double Clever Paladin Strike, okay? And that should be good there. We'll do Quad Mystic. All right, Sakura will just do this ability. Ayaka is just going to do Quad Carol of the Frosty Snow. All right, because like I said, Olive is carrying the fight. All right, she should still have the big Demon Killer and Stone Killer buff. Yep, so she's still good to go there. All right, so we should be ready to rock and roll. Let's give a barrier to Esther. All right, and we'll make sure she's got defense and spirit buffs. We'll make sure everyone has the attack and mag buffs. All right, and let's see how we do here. Okay, let's go. All right, that's a pretty good burst. All right, easy on the minty beams there. Although if Esther did die on this turn, it would be fine because we're gonna kill anyways, so not a big deal. All right, so we should be good to go here. All right, this should definitely kill the boss without issue. As soon as Esther's done countering the thing to death. Okay, so we're going to do those killers for Olive again. And then... yeah. What the hell? Let's let Esther do a little bit of damage here while we're at it, right? Okay. I mean, if we don't kill on this turn, then we're screwed, so might as well go. Go all the way. Go big or go home, as they say. All right. We'll go ahead and set up all these all these lovely skills, Fire Cannon Fire and Dual Summer Shot. All right. Attacking mag buffs. I think we're good. There we go. Comfortable kill. All right. Unfortunately, we just missed that damage cap by, what was it, like 30 million? Jeez. All right. I'll get it eventually before the event's over. Just means I have to keep rerunning it. But there you go. I'm not going to re-record this today. I'm done for today, at least for a while. I'm going to take a little break. But that's how I'm going to get it done. Wow, look at that. Less than 500 points away from a rank 1 clear. Ouch. All right, let's see. Olive obviously carrying the fight. Ayaka and Roberta, they're bringing up the rear as support chainers, secondary DPS. Like I said, if you went ice element, I'm pretty sure if I slotted in Fryevia in place of Sakura, I would get it done comfortably. But, you know, I'm stubborn. I like to do things my way, and I wanted to do it with Sakura. So, yeah. So that's why I did that. Let's see what we got here. All right. Nah, I don't want any of that. Let's see what rank that puts me in, though. Yeah, not even in the top 1,000. Wow. So there are at least, I'd say there are probably 1,000 people at least that are rank, you know, capping this boss rank 1. That's impressive, considering how stupid this boss is. All right, so here's the team. All right, we've got Sylvie here. She's basically just, you know, as much spirit as I can jam into her, so that way her heals heal as much as possible, but otherwise, she doesn't really need anything. Like, no one's going to take any damage in this fight, so just make sure she has her STMR, so you can get rid of the attack and mag buffs on certain turns, and then just try and get her spirit up as much as possible, all right? Esther, the only thing you need in her normal form is this Cozy Scarf, which does the, it does the holiday protection, which does 20% stone demon mitigations, and that lasts the entire fight or until she dies. And of course, if Esther dies, the fight's over anyways. The rest of this gear is irrelevant. I just put that on there just for, you know, for some different strategies I had going on, but you really don't need, you don't need Paws of Prosperity or Call of the Wild or anything like that. Just the Cozy Scarf is all you need. And then in her Brave Shift form, so, you know, you got to ramp up her spirit considerably. Blizzard Orb, obviously, for the counters. Dancer's Diadem for a high spirit hat. She doesn't need the Dancer's Diadem. If you have a high spirit hat with some, like, HP on it or something, that would also work there. Boar Hammer is nice because it does a 50% true single wield spirit and defense. Honor of Grandshield for the ice resist and the high spirit. Lilac Flame Kimono, that's the FF1, or no, Warrior's Prayer Reigns TMR. And it's nice because it comes with 100% HP. Dragon Touch Cloak is there for the defense and spirit passives. Don't worry about Ancestors Protection, that's a dragon mitigation, we don't need it. So if you just have something comparable that can go there, that's fine. Here we're using Sylvie's TMR to again boost up that spirit true single wield, to get her spirit jacked up as high as possible. A Shy Mermaid is again 200% spirit true single wield. And then, yeah, just buffing up. She needs her TMR to get the defense, like the 400% defense true single wield, so that's very important. And then Power Cut card. I know a lot of people are using the special global exclusive VC that came on the what's her name's banner. But yeah, this works just as fine, as you can see. All right. Sakura, so she just needs an ice weapon in her normal form so that she can element chain with Ayaka. And it helps because there is one turn where we won't have the lightning imbue. I think it's turn 7 where she needs to element chain with Ayaka to ramp up that chain. She's not doing appreciable damage though, which is why Fryevia would probably be a smarter choice in place of Sakura. But if you don't have Fryevia, then Sakura can work. All right. And we've got, yeah, all this stuff was like, oh, I thought maybe she'll do some real damage. No, she doesn't. So don't worry about it. Just give her an ice weapon in this form. And then she needs Ayaka's vision card. Or you could do a quad RNGesus ring. But then you'd need to give her like Blizzara somehow to chain with Ayaka. So keep that in mind. All right. In her Brave Shift form, she's got the Empress's Rod for the Morale Gen, the Treasure Memorial Ring for Morale Gen, Bahamut synergies just to make sure we've always got a full evoke gauge to evoke Ramuh. Olive is main DPS here. She's got her own weapon, tons of Cal gear, of course. This is really important, celebratory hair ornament, because it comes with a 75% stone killer. And that is Leftia Warrior's Prayers TMR. That's very important for Olive. And then, yeah, just giving her max LB damage, try and get her killers as high as possible. She is equipped with the special global exclusive vision card from Ayaka's Step Up. You probably saw my Step Up pulls. That is very important because it comes with the 100% demon and stone killers for Olive. So she's pretty close to capped on demon, 250 stone. So that's why she's doing so much damage in this fight. All right. Roberta's got the Dark Vision Sword, which makes her very, very potent for this fight. You can see she gets the full chain cap regardless of whether she's dual wielding or single wielding, which is really nice. So then just high mag gear. You see another celebratory hair ornament there for the stone killers, and then giving her lots of demon killers. This fight is not cheap. Look, I'm not gonna lie. This fight is not cheap to do a rank 1 clear. So if you're looking at this gear and you're like, whoa, I'm never going to be able to do this, I'm sorry, I didn't really have a lot of time to work on like cheap clears and anything like that. So she's 275 demon and stone killer there. She doesn't need anything in her Brave Shift form. She only goes to her Brave Shift form once to do her LB. And then Ayaka obviously has her Peppermint Rod, and then just some Cal gear, the Magister's Regalia for the chain cap boost, her own TMR because it adds some static mag, and then some high mag accessories, and then just topping up her killers. I gave her a little bit of LB damage, but honestly she doesn't need it. I probably could have done like some GF. I probably should do that on a future clear. I should put like GF extension on there. That would probably actually get me that 30 million missing damage now that I think about it. I need to give her some Esper stats. So I should put like GF extension and Dream of Faith in there to bump up her mag that little bit. That'll give me that missing 30 million probably. And then I gave her Tsukiko's card there. So, because that works very well for her. And that's it. That's the team. That's how we're going to get it done. Obviously, I'm going to have to do a few more reruns to do some damage variants on that to get that rank 1 clear, but I'm pretty close. If I don't get it, whatever. I'm not too bothered by it. This boss is so RNG heavy that it really makes it not a lot of fun to rerun. And so I really don't care if I don't rank 1 in this event. Like I said, there are some things I like about the boss. I actually like the 3 different HP locks, like the 3 phases. I like a boss that sort of changes its actions based on like where you are in the fight. I think that's really cool. I think the HP locks should be a little closer together, like maybe a 70-40 or like a 75-50%. And I think those are a little bit too far apart, to be honest with you. But I do like that the boss changes its AI based on where its HP is. I just don't like all the RNG with the Minty Beam spam, and it brings back nightmares like PTSD of Chaotic Wave from Aldaba, and Gumi really needs to learn that is not effective boss design. No one is going to say, wow, that was so much fun, I want to do that one again, okay? So Gumi, please don't do bosses like this again. Put a limit on abilities like that, and it's still challenging. Like, it's still a challenging boss, even if they put a limit on the number of Minty Beams. If they limit it to like 4 or 5 per turn, it would still be a very challenging boss, but it wouldn't just totally ruin the game. And so I'm hoping that they will learn from this, and in the future they will not do these crazy RNG spam moves anymore. All right, I'm sorry, getting off the soapbox. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this was entertaining. If you're still struggling and maybe maybe this team works for you, hopefully this helps you guys, but probably not. You know, there's only one day left, so it's probably not going to be all that helpful, but I just wanted to share my experiences with you guys. Hope you enjoyed it. All right, so thank you so much. Not a whole lot of content coming up next week, it looks like. I'm not a big fan of dark visions, as you know, so you know, I'll find something to do though. And then I've actually got a trip planned next week, so I'll be gone. I'll be leaving next Friday for a week. But yeah, there's not a whole lot going on. So yeah, not too much to look forward to really. So I'll just see you guys on the other side.